is it truly possible for the average Filipino in corporate to own multiple properties over time, or is this just a dream?
It's absolutely possible.
I want to welcome everyone first to the Property Podcast. Today we're joined by Mr. Vince Dizon. And no, not that Vince Dizon, but an industry veteran with over 20 years of experience in human resources, both here and abroad, as you've mentioned, and is now currently the HR head of a multinational company here in the Philippines. Not to mention, he is also one of Wealth Properties' clients. Very loyal clients. So Vince, welcome again to the Property Podcast.
Thank you, AC.
What is it like to be named exactly like our current DPWH secretary?
Well, it's fun, I guess. It's fun.
You get messages?
I have gotten messages, actually.
Ano yung mga sinasabi nila?
I won't say the full detail because some of it's, I don't know if the other DP, the other Vince Dizon would like it to be known, but they'd ask if I was the person, right? So the group chats, right?
Do you get included in certain group chats?
Not included, but group chats that I'm currently part of. Right, so I'm a part of a group chat, and then somebody will message you on the side.
Or if he's like having a speech like online, and people will be like, "Oy, Vince, nandyan ka pala."
Yes,
diba?
yes.
I know.
But I mean, said that, I mean, I treat it as fun. Free publicity.
I know, exactly. Since, I mean, now that you're heading, and not the DPWH secretary, and you're heading one of the most prevalent multinational companies in the country, a lot of people don't know actually that you're also a seasoned real estate investor, right?
I don't know if seasoned, but I am a real estate investor.
You are a real estate investor.
I am a real estate investor.
And that's kind of the whole idea which our topic is going to rotate around today. It's a question that a lot of my friends have, like my age.
Mm-hmm.
Can someone in corporate truly invest in property? Maybe perhaps the way that you have, or perhaps how other people in the same situation that you are have. Diba?
Right.
That's where we're going to rotate around today. Do you still remember your first property investment?
Yes, I do.
Ooh, pray tell.
Yeah, so it was a 1-bedroom condo. It was a 1-bedroom condo. It was in Rockwell.
Okay.
Yeah.
A Rockwell loyalist.
I'm a Rockwell loyalist. So yeah, I bought it.
Okay.
I had saved some money at the time. We just had our son. We weren't living here yet, actually. We were living abroad. But we wanted that, when we'd fly back.
Uwian ka na.
Yeah, we have a place to stay in. Because, we would fly back, I'd say maybe once every 2 to 3 months. And we wanted a place to, where you could keep the stuff.
Correct.
Have a crib for my son, things like that. So,
and just plant your roots somewhere else.
Somehow, yeah, we'd have roots here in the Philippines.
So it was 1-bedroom condo in Rockwell. Do you remember which building?
Yes.
At the time?
1 Rockwell West.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So it's a sentimental condo. So we had it for a little bit of time.
Was it, do you remember exactly how the transaction transpired? Don't have to disclose everything.
No, it was fast. It was fast.
Okay.
I remember I was abroad. I messaged my brother.
Mm-hmm.
He's also into real estate.
Okay.
I told him, broker, we're looking for a place. And then, actually, so this is funny. So the whole transaction almost transpired via Viber.
Dapat may commission si Viber.
So I was messaging with my brother.
Okay.
He would send me photos. He'd even take a video and send it to me.
What year was this, by the way?
I'd like to say 2015 or 2016 or 17. Thereabouts.
Okay. And hindi pa sobrang uso yung buying online, especially real estate.
Correct.
Diba? That wasn't a thing. Now it's medyo, you'll see ads everywhere, but at that time it wasn't a thing.
This was, I wouldn't say this was online. So my brother knew a broker.
Okay.
Who he had worked with before. Then he said that broker had certain listings. And I think this was before the market got super hot on condos and all that, right? So then they did some tours, some condos. They would send me photos, pictures and all that. And then I saw one. It looked very nice. It was unused, interior designed.
Wow.
So then we selected it. So,
oh wow.
In fact, I only saw it once, and that once before, it was literally the time when I was giving the check. So, yeah.
I love it. The trust. I love it.
A lot of trust, yeah.
But at the same time, was there any particular reason you had chosen to plant your roots in Rockwell specifically? Rockwell. I know you mentioned na medyo you're a fan of Rockwell. Yes. What is it about Rockwell that you like?
I think it's a lot of things, actually. Mm-hmm. I think it's the neighborhood feels. Mm-hmm. It feels like a neighborhood. it's modern but not too big,
Okay.
right? Like for example, BGC is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very modern, but it's also a little too big.
It's overwhelming
It's
to a
overwhelming.
point.
And I mean, it's beautiful. There are those who'll be fans of BGC, but I find that it's overwhelming. So Rockwell, it's compact.
It's contained.
It's contained.
With kids also.
With kids.
It's like you know na there's a certain boundary. May mga
Yes.
checkpoints,
There are
may certain
checkpoints.
guards.
Yes.
Na pag may batang naglalakad, they'll be like, saan ka galing?
Correct.
Versus BGC, parang tatagos sila into eternity.
Yes. Because BGC really, really, I think, is a city.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to compare to any other metropolis, I think BGC is downtown. If you think about it, it's downtown.
Yeah.
Whereas Rockwell, I feel like it's a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Then it's convenient as well. You've got a mall, you've got restaurants, right? For small families or families with small kids, you have preschools.
Oh, that's right.
Right. So it's really there are fitness centers.
Yeah.
There's a Rockwell Club.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot that you can actually.
It's just everything you need is there.
Everything you need is there.
Okay.
Supermarket, movies.
But you intended for this to be a primary home at that time. You weren't
Yes.
really, were you intending any part of your mind? Was it intending for it to be a possible investment you'd rent out later on?
Primary home is the first thought
Yun
at
talaga,
that
yung
time.
number one.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
My question though, I think this would be interesting where we're going to try to intersect already your corporate background and I guess building wealth through real estate, diba? What was your mindset around finances and wealth building while working full-time in a corporate setting, diba?
So my mindset has evolved.
Okay.
It's evolved, right? So early on, and I think many people go through this, right? So when you start working and then you get your first paycheck and then you get your first increases, you get your first promotion, you feel happy about the money, right? And so as your salary increases, so does your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right. And then you know, in your early years, so say your early 20s, you end up spending most of it. Right. And your savings is very small.
Experience ko yun.
Yeah. Diba? You spend most of it.
Yeah.
So that was my kind of early, you know, life, just experience life kind of thing, right? So
upgrade your lifestyle to a certain extent.
Buy a nice car, buy nice clothes, you know, that kind of stuff, right? Then there's a point in time where you'll get over it.
Parang medyo nagsawa ka.
Nagsawa ka na. And you've kind of lived that.
You've experienced it.
I've experienced it.
Yeah.
So then you get into the zone in your life where you're past that high spending stage.
Yeah.
And then you start saving money. And then you start thinking, okay, so money in the bank is actually money in the bank is actually decreasing in value.
Correct.
Right? Because the interest rate does not beat inflation. Right? So I'd say in my 30s, I started thinking about, you know, I need money that will last longer. It cannot be in the bank.
Hindi yung pera na ngayon taon mo lang naramdaman.
I'm sorry?
Na money that you don't feel just this year. Like you want to like feel na, oh, this much I worked for, I can still feel 10 years down the line.
Exactly.
You know?
Or it will be, so I would know. So the mindset I've shifted, right? It was from spend the money now.
Yeah.
Save it for later, to the zone I'm in right now is how can I, from working for my money, how can my money work for
me?
Yes.
Exactly. I love that. Did your corporate background influence how you approach investments? Now, diba? Because you're kind of in that stage na, how can I make my money work for me?
Yes.
So we're more of an investor already at this point. How does your corporate background influence how you select and manage the investments you have right now in your portfolio?
Okay. So it does influence it a lot, actually. So, and I'll explain why, right? So when you say investment, there are many things that you can invest on, right? So you can invest in stocks.
Yep.
You can invest in bonds. You can invest in companies.
Yep.
Right? You can build your own company. You can invest in real estate, right? So many of our friends probably invest in business, so startups and all of that kind of stuff. But that means hands-on, right? That means hands-on.
You're working with your money also.
Exactly. So for me, the choice of investment has to be things that I don't need to manage, right? So the more passive but the higher growth, the better, right? And there's many kinds of passive income or passive investments, but the growth might be varying.
Yeah.
Right. So for example, you can invest your money in time deposits.
Yep.
But that's only about 4%. Right. You can invest your money on equities. Maybe that's 6%.
Yeah.
Right. Um, or you can gamble a little bit, put it in real estate.
Yeah.
For example, land. I say gamble a little bit because you don't know when it's going to grow.
Yeah.
But it will grow. Um, the gamble part is because your money's tied up. It's not like equities. You can take it
You
out
can take it
anytime.
out.
Yeah.
This is like literally you'd have to find a buyer.
You have to find the
The
buyer.
liquidating process is a bit longer and much harder
It's
than
longer and
simply
harder.
pulling money
Oh yeah.
out.
Oh yeah. So that's what influences the way I so passiveness is important for me. Um, surefire longer term growth is important for me. So these are the two criteria that because I'm employed, right? So then I can't actively manage, and I don't want to be a stock trader. I don't want to be.
Baka mabaliw ka kung in-add mo pa yun on your page.
Exactly.
Okay, really, really interesting. I guess I want to know what was the impetus to start investing. I mean, you kind of answered this already earlier.
Yep.
Maybe we can change the question a bit
Sure.
and ask when was or what was the impetus to start having that investor mindset when you approached real estate?
Okay. I think first let me say when, and then I'll say why.
Yeah.
Okay. So the when part, I would say late 30s. So that gives a hint on my age, right? So late 30s is when I started.
Without fully disclosing.
So late 30s, it was after my son was born, right?
That kind of changes how you think.
Your mindset changes, right? So you're not anymore spending for yourself only. You need to think through, 20, 25 years from now, my son might still be reliant on me. I need to think about college, all of those kinds of things, right? So your choices start changing a little bit, right? And versus, for example, should I buy a new expensive watch? That changes to, is there something I can invest on so that maybe later on I can draw from it?
Yeah.
And it can be, for example, it could be helping my son's college fund, right? Things like that. So I think that was the impetus, right? So life stages influence life choices.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's interesting because we had an episode. It was with, Marvin. And the question we were asking him was, is it better to buy a house or a condo? And his answer would always be like, it depends. What stage are you in?
Yes.
What are your needs right now,
Yes.
diba?
Yes.
Because no one will know that also except you.
Yes.
Even if let's say you dictate it to someone.
Correct.
It's not going to be the same for them.
It's different strokes, different folks.
Now I think your role is pivotal in a company, not only, of course, to produce good talent, but to make sure your talent is also creating some longevity for themselves with their money.
Yes.
Do you guys have those conversations, say, with the people that you manage in the company?
We do. In fact, it's also hardwired into even our benefits programs, right? So we engage and teach our people that while there's good salary today, how do you ensure that there's money that is protecting your future?
Yeah, definitely.
Right? And we have different programs around that in our company.
How about aside from maybe the more company-wide conversations, do you have like personal conversations, say with, let's say, someone who's worked with you for, let's say, for 10 years,
right,
diba? That's a long time already.
Yes.
And they see maybe you're investing, diba? They'll be like, Sir Vince, ano yung okay na? Where do I invest? And you guys have those conversations also.
So I would say it's not part of the regular curriculum of conversation, right? Yeah. Because again, that's more on the mentorship space, right?
Correct.
It's more in the advice kind of space. But for sure, we guide our employees as they cross different stages in life, right? So then you'll have employees who are young, single, that's one kind of conversation. There are employees who will get married, it's a different conversation. I have employees who, you'd be surprised, who have kids who can have kids already. So meaning they can be grandparents already. Yes.
Oh my.
Yes. So I have employees of that stage as well.
So it's like a completely also different priority at
different
that time.
priorities, yeah. So then to your question, do we talk about actively, like how do you invest? Not actively as part of the training curriculum, but for example, in our company, well-being is important.
Yeah.
Right? One of the important facets of well-being is financial well-being.
Of course.
Right? Because if you can't...
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Absolutely. So what we do actively train, so we do train on financial well-being, and part of that, we do have conversations with our people on, do you know how to invest your money? We do have those.
Kasi baka tig isang relo yung binibili mo every year pero wala kang
savings.
Wala kang savings.
Exactly.
Wala kang emergency fund,
Wala kang
diba?
emergency fund.
Those things.
Absolutely.
Siguro a lot of people who also work in corporate, such as yourself,
Yep.
would be wondering, diba, what is something that you should avoid as someone working in corporate when investing in real estate?
Ah,
I think more it's kind of rule of thumb also,
yes.
diba?
Yes.
Do you have any advice on that?
Two pieces of advice. So don't just jump on a trend is number one.
Yeah.
Right. Let me qualify that. Don't just jump on a trend if you have not done your own homework. Right. And there will be trends here and there, right? So,
Yep.
and this is not just about real estate. This is any form. So, for example, the equivalent of the condo boom recently might be something like the multi-level marketing boom, 15, 20
Or
years ago.
Bitcoin,
Or
to a point
Bitcoin,
also.
right? And by the way, so all of these are forms of investment where people actually made good money,
Correct.
right? But if you don't do your homework, you'll get in trouble, right?
Yep.
You won't know how to manage it. So for me, the thing to avoid is don't jump onto trends that you don't know enough about.
Or don't make sense also for yourself and your
Exactly.
situation.
Exactly.
Because like it's the hard thing about jumping onto trends is copy pasting someone's success to your own.
Exactly.
And that might not mean the same thing.
It may not
diba?
mean the same thing, or you may not know how to navigate it.
Correct. In the same way that that person did.
Correct.
Your second piece of advice.
So the second piece of advice is when you invest in something you're truly interested in. Because
That's
if
a
you're
great
truly
one.
interested in it, see, anything that you're interested in or passionate about, you may not be an expert on it now, but you will become one because you're interested in it, right?
You're seeking that knowledge out with every fiber of your being.
Exactly. So there's a genuine curiosity.
Yes.
Right. So
that's interesting. Is there anything, let's say, aside from real estate, that you are generally into? Like hobbies,
hobbies, fitness.
Fantastic.
Fitness.
So like, are you more like a gym person?
I'm a gym person.
Gym person.
I'm a gym person.
So in what angle? Like powerlifting, bodybuilding?
No, I mean, I think general, I wouldn't call it bodybuilding anymore now because I'm old, but
Grabe naman yung old. Di naman siguro.
No, I'm not in my 30s anymore. Maybe let's just qualify. I'm not in my 30s. I'm in between 30 and 40 and 50. That's the zone I'm in right now.
The guessing range,
that's
guys.
The guessing range. So then you have a decade to guess on. I do lift weights.
Okay.
I do it every day.
Right? Oh wow.
So I'm very much into that. Taking up golf as well.
Oh my God, we should play.
Golf. Yeah, but I'm not good at it.
That's why I'm so dark now.
Okay. I'm not good at it. So yeah. So those are
very outdoorsy and
outdoorsy.
I see.
Yeah.
Golf. When did you start playing golf?
Just a year ago, actually.
Oh my God.
So just learning, really just in the learning phase.
They do say that golf is a jealous sport. Kung sinabayan mo siya with anything else.
It's difficult.
It's so hard.
It's difficult.
Even let's say tennis, diba? Kasi iba yung stroke mo.
The stroke is different. And both sports demand time to get good.
Oh yeah. Golf out of all of them.
Yeah.
Imagine mo one round can last you 5 hours.
Exactly.
6 hours kung mabagal yung nasa harap mo.
Correct.
Okay, question.
Yep.
What has been your most successful investment to date? Real estate.
So I invest in two types of things in real estate. So I do invest in condos. Okay. I have a few. I know 3. So condos. I do buy small apartment buildings.
Okay.
And then land. And
which does
of all of those, I would say raw land is actually relatively good if you know where to buy it.
Correct.
If you know where to buy it,
and you know what's happening after.
You know what's happening after. So yeah. So I would say a land purchase I did. I'd say I bought it maybe 2018.
Okay.
The most I've seen or I've been able to multiply the value would have been maybe 5 times.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 5 times.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
In that short amount of time.
Yeah. So 5 years, 5x.
Why do you think that one performed best out of all?
No, so I believe in land because land's value very rarely will ever go down.
Oh.
Very rarely, right? So at the very least, it's going to be equal or more than what you purchased it for. Right? Now, again, the risk is it's a waiting game.
Yeah.
It's a waiting game.
So if you need the money right now, that's the only time you're going to be selling it lower than what you got it for.
Exactly.
When people sell, unfortunately, because of certain emergencies, yung mga ganon, that's when may mga rush sale. And that's the only time siguro that's going to happen.
But on land, I would say the likelihood of you selling it lower than you got it for is very low.
Yeah. Versus a condominium.
Because with land, unless you bought it now and you need the money also now.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
But then, when you buy land, usually the mindset is I don't need the money now anyway.
Yeah. They
Right?
always, well, a rule of thumb that I guess one of my clients that I've been servicing for a long time, they always say, only sell it now if you really, really need it.
Yes.
Otherwise, just keep it there.
Just keep it there.
Like, why?
Yeah.
If you can draw your money from something else,
Absolutely.
do it another way. Like, wag mo
Absolutely.
benta yung lupa mo, sayang. You're gonna regret it.
And the reason I say that, especially for us here in the Philippines, is if you have land that's in Metro Manila or near Metro Manila, land is scarce. Right?
You're not making more of it.
It's very, very finite. It's very, very finite.
And the way that our industries, and just anything that revolves around Metro Manila,
Yeah.
people still want to be here. There's no infrastructure that is letting us have cities the way that the US has.
Not yet.
Not yet. Which is why you have to also know where to buy in the coming future. But for now, and I even mean in the future when things are much better, hopefully, and we're able to decentralize.
Correct.
Which is the goal. But Metro Manila will still be Metro Manila. Capital pa rin yan, di ba?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I want to talk more about, kaya ba talaga ng corporate job to buy, di ba? I think you've seen, I guess, salaries across the different industries for sure, diba? Is it realistically possible for a regular corporate employee to start investing in real estate?
It's possible.
Okay.
It is possible. So now, let me qualify, right? So it's possible. I think it depends on what kind of real estate. It depends also, or it will also depend on how much appetite for investment the person has.
How much they can risk.
What's their strategy with their investment? Is it, for most people, they will invest to live in.
Yeah.
Which is also fine. That's also an investment. It's your house, right? Which is also an asset, by the way, right? So I do think it's possible. Absolutely possible.
Do you have, and siguro, I'm going to be a bit more not really technical, but practical. What portion of, let's say, a corporate person's salary should be going towards an investment?
Okay. So approximately 10-20% you should always be setting aside.
Okay.
My rule of thumb actually is now later in life. I didn't do this when I was younger, right?
Okay.
But if I were to give advice to the younger me, identify your savings/investment first before you start spending your money.
Pay yourself first.
Right? Most people will pay all their bills first, right?
Yes.
Credit card, their cell phone
or yung
bill,
gusto nila muna.
their shopping first,
Yes.
all of that. So people front load all of that, and then they're left with nothing.
Yes.
And which is, by the way, it's a habit of many people.
Oh yeah.
Many people,
Filipinos especially.
yeah. So you
lifestyle creep, as you mentioned also earlier.
So a lot of people actually, they want to show off their lifestyle, so they actually spend a little bit more
than what they're supposed to be
than what they're supposed to, right? And then telltale signs of this one would be how many loans they have,
credit card debt.
Those are the telltale signs. So if you're able to rewire your mind and define how much do you want to save/invest up front, then that customizes your lifestyle, right? So for example, if a person,
you tailor fit it.
So let's make it up. If one is earning, let's say 40,000 a month.
Okay.
Let's just make it up, 40,000 a month, right? And then let's say that's really after taxes, right?
Yes. Net.
Most people will wipe that out.
Yeah.
Right? It'll go into rent. It'll go into, all of these other things, right? If you told yourself that you only had 30,000 because 10,000 was already being set aside for savings, and you only had 30,000, your lifestyle choices will be very different.
Mag-a-adjust ka.
You will adjust. And it might be painful or not so comfortable early on, but then 10 years down the road, you would have saved how much money?
Oh yeah.
Right.
So, and it's interesting because let's say like myself, I'm turning 30, mga ganon. And we started working, let's say, parang 10 years ago. Parang the signs are starting to show of people who decided to do that.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi parang now, there are people who are still trying to keep up with everything else, but there are people who've already planted the roots somewhere, invested somewhere.
Correct.
It shows it. And even more so probably when you get 10 more years down the line, diba? And the cycle will still continue.
Absolutely.
I love it. Based on your perspective in HR.
Yes.
So HR na naman tayo. Are there certain roles, industries that make investing in property easier or harder?
Roles. Well, I mean, obviously, it's going to be so. I'll give them the cop out answer.
Yeah.
Right? I'll give you two cop out answers
Okay.
first, right? So cop out answer number one is everyone can invest, right?
Are you sure hindi ka DPWH secretary? Very pragmatic ang mga answers.
No, everyone can invest. It's a matter of your appetite.
Okay.
Right? It's your appetite on will I choose to do this or will I choose to do something else? So lifestyle versus investment.
Okay.
Right? Because I know if I have friends who in their younger years in life, their salaries were not big, but they were able to invest on real estate. It was a choice.
So it boils down to an intentional decision you make.
But that's a cop-out answer,
Okay.
right? So I'm giving you the universal answer.
Okay.
The universal answer number two is certainly higher paying jobs obviously gives you a lot more flexibility and liquidity, right? So you can do a lot of research, right? You can look at what are the highest paying jobs in the Philippines, for example, right? And there are typical things like IT jobs, developers.
Kung practical ka,
yeah, kung
diba?
practical. So those jobs will obviously, they yield more money, so therefore you have more flexibility to invest. So these are my two cop-out answers, right? Which is everyone can, but obviously those with more money will have much more flexibility to do so, right? I'll give you the third part, which is not part of the cop-out answers.
Okay.
Right?
Perfect.
I think when you are in roles where you have not just the financial flexibility, but also maybe time and mind space flexibility.
The breathing room.
Breathing room to think about it also. That helps, right? Because many times when you are busy with work, what will happen? You have limited time to do your full research, right?
We go back to not really knowing what they're getting into.
Exactly. So there will be those who are fortunate enough that maybe their job or their corporate life gives them enough breathing room to really think about it, right? Especially for those who are not just buying their primary home.
Yeah.
Primary home, everyone will think about it well. But then when you're buying the secondary property, the tertiary property.
Umiiba na talaga yung mindset mo dun kasi dapat eh. Dapat, diba?
Dapat.
Okay. Thanks for that. Also, I find it so interesting din how Filipinos really have that thing with lifestyle creep. It's so hard eh.
It's hard.
Because we're such a communal, society.
Yeah.
We're always with our friends, seeing them every weekend, comparing even subconsciously what they have, what you don't have.
Keeping up with the Jonases.
Diba?
Yes.
It's so difficult. And there are certain industries that highlight that a bit more.
Yes.
Diba? Especially industries that's like finance, even me as brokers,
Brokers, absolutely.
Diba?
Absolutely,
like, I know when we go to events, it's like a fashion show.
Yes, absolutely. No, because again, what your lifestyle looks like is a reflection, supposedly, in that industry of your success.
Yes.
And your ability to sell. Right? So, I mean, if you look at Sir Hunt as an example, right? I mean, si
paring Ryan.
Yes, paring Ryan. He breathes success.
Yeah.
Right?
In every blue-colored suit that he wears, success is written all over
absolutely,
it.
Absolutely.
Now, siguro we can talk. This is already our last part.
Okay.
And more of from paycheck to property, diba? Kasi we're talking about, again, corporate employees and how they'll be able to invest. What are practical steps a typical corporate employee can take today if they want to invest in property?
Okay. Well, I gave away step number one earlier, which is I think you need to have a mindset first that, at some point that you're going to invest.
Yeah.
Right. So that's number one, right? So you know that you're going to invest.
The intention.
Intention. That intention is executed by savings targets, right? So that's number one, right? I think the second step is do your homework, research, right? Don't just count on one person giving you a tip here and there, then saying this is the one, right? Do your homework, right? I'm not super good at it, but I know people who are, right? So do your homework so that you know that whatever you're investing in is going to be worth it. Third step, this step is something that I've done. Now, this one is not easy, not very. So depending on what you plan to eventually get, right? As you save money, so there could be two ways to save money. So you save money, then you do your research. So saving money could mean as simple as I just keep it in the bank and I make sure I don't spend it.
Ooh, discipline,
right? Now, depending on whatever you're targeting to get, and invest in, you might find out that, hey, you know what? Even if I save for 10 years, I can't buy it, right? So then there's a third part, which is as you save money, ask yourself, am I saving money in the right place? And is my money growing? Because that's another way of doing it, right? That's a discipline. Then you research enough. So people's appetite in this space might be different. Some might say, I'm okay with, 1% interest from the bank.
Yep.
Others might say, I can find another place, maybe time deposit.
Yeah.
It's 4%. I don't need the money now.
Yep.
Others might say, I want it in bonds, more secure.
A lot of like really knowing yourself and being honest with yourself
Exactly.
also. Kasi some people will be like, hindi, kaya ko to. But they don't sit down and really try to see if kaya talaga.
Exactly.
Diba? You kind of answered actually my next question with the first thing that you said. Are there realistic targets? Like how many months worth of sweldo? Parang,
sweldo,
diba?
yes.
Should I be putting away to kind of even consider a property investment?
Well, there's I don't think that there's a number of months sweldo.
Okay.
But before I answer this thing, in most countries, when you buy, and let's say for the sake of argument, the property we're talking about is the house that you live in. That's for the sake of argument, right? So that way,
your primary home.
Yeah, your primary home, right? In most countries, one would say that the value of a primary home should roughly be equivalent to about 2 to 3 years of salary. That's kind of the
baseline
rule of thumb, right? So to answer your question then, on depending what you're buying, if it's your primary home, the amount that you kind of want to aim for might be 2 to 3 years of salary.
Okay.
Now, obviously, saving 2 to 3 years is very hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard. So then how do you get there, right? So like I said, first there's a savings target, right? Second is ask yourself, are there ways for me to invest the current money I've saved in a way that it also grows?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, the third part, which is, and I think this is reality for many people, not just in the Philippines, but other around the world, financing.
Bank financing, bank loans, pag-ibig, even in certain cases.
Exactly. And many developers, by the way, they also give terms, right?
In-house financing with 0% interest.
Exactly.
A lot of the time.
Exactly.
Rockwell, Ayala Land, Shangri-La, which we are all accredited with. Diba? My plug. How should employees think about compensation, bonuses, or benefits to fund investments? Is it smarter to save bonuses, look at side income, or leverage financing when looking at real estate?
Okay. I think both are good.
Okay.
But so the bonus part is an interesting one. Right?
Yeah.
I say it's an interesting one because going back to the mindset part at the beginning.
Yes. Or 13th month, diba?
Or 13th month.
Because it's well approaching. It's already December,
approaching,
diba?
Yes. So if you have a savings goal in mind, if you have an investment goal in mind, how you will view your bonuses will change. It will change. If you don't have an investment goal, what happens? So for example, if you don't have an investment goal, you get your 13th month, what do? You spend it all on Christmas. Yeah, you spoil yourself, you make yourself happy and all that. But if you have a savings goal, if you have an investment goal, how you look at that bonus will be very different.
It's like I can get to my goal faster.
Absolutely. So for example, for myself right now, we are invested in WPC, right? So we've purchased property from you guys. I actually look at my bonuses that way.
Yeah.
So I don't look at each bonus as this is a chance for me to buy a new XYZ.
Yeah.
This is for me to save up, put it in some place where it will earn a little bit more interest so that when the time comes that I have to pay the end payments, I'm ready.
Yes. I'm ready, or you can be able to front load certain payments also.
Exactly.
Para you're the one that will be affected by interest will be less.
Exactly.
At the end, diba?
Exactly.
Lastly, this last question. Bilis naman natin. Okay, mag-add pa ako ng question.
Go ahead, yes.
Lastly, can you give our listeners some encouragement? Is it truly possible for the average Filipino in corporate to own multiple properties over time, or is this just a dream?
It's absolutely possible, right? I think it's possible. So now, again, people say, is it only logical because the person speaking right now is somebody who's been working for many, many years? No, right? So I do know people that have been smart in investing property. It doesn't, by the way, always have to be property that's center of the city, Ayala Land, Rockwell. I mean, lovely property, but if you want multiple,
for your purposes,
it's for your purpose, right? So I think being able to broaden your horizon on what kind of property suits your investment goals. Doing enough research so that what are the good locations,
Or
and
up and coming locations.
up and coming locations. So doing research, where is commerce expanding to?
Correct.
Where is residential expanding to? Right. So if you're smart enough and doing enough homework and research, I think it's quite possible.
Fantastic. Before we end, I'm gonna do a quick, alam mo yung quick talks ni Kuya Boy?
Yes.
So you just have to answer.
Okay.
Condo or house?
Condo.
So fast. Cheap price or good location?
Good location.
Short-term flip or long-term hold?
Long-term hold.
City or suburb?
City.
Your company or DPWH?
My company.
Thank you so much, Vince, for
Thank you
being
so
on the
much,
Property
AC.
Podcast. If this helped you, don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Property Podcast PH. You can also visit wealthproperties.ph to browse listings or book a free consultation with one of our real estate specialists. Catch you in the next episode.